This video contains content that may be confronting.
Breaking news out of the Northern Territory now. A 5-year-old girl police believe was abducted from a home in Alice Springs has been found dead. She disappeared late on Saturday night from a home in the Old Timers Aboriginal town camp on the outskirts of the regional town. The girl and her mother had been visiting friends at the house. She was seen at 11 p.m. on Saturday night being led away from the house by a man police believe to be 47-year-old Jefferson Lewis, who'd been released from prison 6 days prior. Hundreds of Alice Springs residents had been helping in the search for the girl. She was found just before midday Central Standard Time, 5 kilometres south of the town camp. The search for her alleged abductor, Jefferson Lewis, continues.
Just before midday today, police members of the search party located the body of a young Aboriginal girl. The body was found about 5 kilometres south of the crime scene at Old Timers Camp. This is an incredibly distressing development. The support shown during this time has been overwhelming, and this is the worst possible outcome. It is very important that Alice Springs community continues to support one another, and it's equally important that the police be allowed to continue to do their job.
Reporter Olivana Luthouris has more from Darwin.
This is such a distressing and tragic update in what has already been an extremely traumatic time for the Alice Springs community and, of course, for the family of this little 5-year-old girl. We will now be referring to her as Kumanjayi Little Baby. That is for cultural reasons and also at the request of her family. As you just mentioned there, this has been an extremely extensive operation, a search desperately trying to locate this little girl since she went missing over the weekend. It's involved hundreds of volunteers, a very large number of police resources have been poured in to trying to locate her over the last couple of days. And just a short time ago, we did get an update from Northern Territory Police. It was fairly brief. Police essentially said that they're not in a position to be answering too many questions or providing too many details at this stage. But what we can tell you is that, as you said, her body was found just before midday, just a little way south of that community town camp where she was last seen on Saturday night. Police said that at this stage they can't comment on her cause of death or how long she might have been deceased before her body was located. They said a post-mortem examination will be carried out. A criminal investigation is still very much on foot, and a coronial investigation will also be commenced. Of particular, of particular concern in this investigation are some items that were located near the crime scene during this search for Kumanjayi Little Baby, and that included a pair of underwear which they believe did belong to that little 5-year-old girl. Those items, including that pair of underwear, were sent for forensic testing over the last 24 hours, and police were able to tell us today that those results have been returned. 2 DNA profiles were located or identified on that pair of underwear. One, they believe, matches that of that little 5-year-old girl. And the other matches the DNA profile of 47-year-old Jefferson Lewis, the man who police are still trying to find. Now, our police commissioner and police, during that press conference just a short time ago, gave a message to Jefferson Lewis. Take a listen to what they had to say.
The focus right now is to locate Jefferson Lewis. It is our sole job in this investigation right now. So I say to the family of Jefferson Lewis that we believe he's murdered this child. Do not assist him. Get him to the police station and we'll look after him. And I say to Jefferson Lewis, we're coming for you.
"We're coming for you." Those the words from police to that 47-year-old man who remains at large at this stage. This has been such an incredible effort from the community of Alice Springs over the last few days. As you say, this is the news that everyone was dreading. Police said that this is the worst possible outcome. It's obviously going to be an extremely difficult time for the family and for the community of Alice Springs. This search has been really difficult, made no easier by the extremely challenging conditions currently down in Alice Springs, where they've been searching, people working night and day through difficult weather conditions, trying to make their way through waist-high grass. But as I say, every possible resource has been diverted to trying to locate her. And of course, this now comes an extremely tragic update. But of course, this investigation certainly isn't over, and I'm sure that there'll be more updates to come over the coming hours and the coming days. Ros?
Olivana, thank you. And if this report has raised any issues for Torres Strait Islander or Aboriginal viewers, you can contact 13 Yarn on 139276 or visit their website, that's 13yarn.org.au.